Hello and welcome back to my bug monotype of Pokemon Expert Emerald. This is probably a series that you didn't expect to return. It has been a very long time since I updated it, but I decided that I really wanted to finish off this series as a whole. Now obviously beforehand I had said that I had an idea of trying to essentially have a nice little completionist aspect to this, trying to work through the Battle Frontier for the first time and actually work on getting all of that completed, and unfortunately that sort of has fallen through, mainly because I guess the Battle Frontier really doesn't suit what I want to do with the Pokemon game as much as I thought it would, like just doing the same things over and over again, and a large of it's being, like, certain sections are very dependent on luck and stuff like this, and obviously it would require a lot of, obviously I can speed things up by doing a lot of save states and stuff like that, but ultimately it's just a lot easier not. So as you can see on my card, you can see I only got the silver. I got the silver symbol at the Battle Pike because that's one of the easiest to get, I would have thought. But anyway, so that's going to be it for the Battle Frontier. We're not going to try and do anything more. Additionally, I have played through this offline quite a bit. Without recording for quite a bit. And I was hoping to see some Gym Leader rematches and really haven't seen any of them. So maybe there's always a habit that maybe that isn't actually part of the game. So if that's not part of the game, that's going to be a bit of a pity. But anyway, that is all we can do. So first of all, what do we have left? Well, we have lots of things left here. We have lots and lots of various areas to do. We have, obviously, this is Emerald, so there's a bunch of stuff with regards to just basic Emerald that we have to do. And also some stuff with this hack. So now, obviously, we were given a bunch of old maps at the end of the game, and so we have these: the Eon ticket, the Aurora ticket, the Old Sea map, and the Mystic ticket. And we're going to go to each of these and see where we go. Can we sail to this place on the map? I know someone who will help you better. So, what's up, youngster? What is it? You supposed to have a tattered old map? Let's have a look. This is quite a ways away. I'm afraid I can't help you. But then, hold on a second. What's the idea of turning down someone who I owe so much to? Random, I'm terribly sorry. You came to me seeking my help and we almost turned you away. Well, let's make things right. We'll say right away, of course. Let's find this island on this old sea map. So, we're going to take here to Faraway Island, and so essentially each of these is a legendary Pokemon of sorts, and obviously we could try and catch them all, but ultimately this is a bug monotype, and none of the legendary Pokemon here are bugs, if I remember correctly. So what we are going to do is we're just going to destroy them. We're going to take them out, and we're going to have a lot of fun doing so. So, let's lead on to Beautifly. Beautifly is not had. So, as you can see in this, for the Old Sea map is actually Mew. As we see Wild Clapper, and I might actually put on a repel in that case. Where's my repels? Do I have any repels? I do have 6. So, as you can see, there is our Mew. Mew is sort of wandering around, trying to avoid us. And what you've got to do is essentially you've got to try and catch up to be able to talk to them. You know, you've essentially got to corner it to the point where you can actually talk to. There we go, Mew. Mew. So here we have a wild level 30 Mew. We can obviously take this little guy out with an aerial ace. We are level 75. It is very easy to do so. The Mew is going to, obviously it says the Mew flies away, because obviously we wouldn't want you to take him out. But there we go, that is what there is here on Faraway Island, I believe. So we can head back to Lily Cove, and now we can talk to this. Oh, we've had a pass. Is it you who brought those old tickets? These tickets will get you to islands that are far, far away. No one knows what awaits there, or what might happen there. The very thought excites my blood as a sailing man. Get on board, youngster, where shall we save first? So we have Southern Island, Naval Rock, and Birth Island. I don't know which ticket applies to which, but essentially each of these has its own various legendaries. And that's the important thing. So Southern Island, if you hit that thing, will spawn the other Lati twin. So essentially, obviously, at the start of the post-game, you have that scene where your mother talks about seeing something on the computer. Seeing something on the TV. that is the sign essentially telling you that and then obviously you choose either blue or red, and that will tell you which of the Lati twins you get. So obviously I chose Latios, so the blue one, and that becomes a roaming legendary, i.e. it essentially will appear at random spots around Hoenn, and essentially will move every time you move from one area from one route to another. Every time you do that, it will also move, and essentially you've just got to essentially get a bit of luck to actually end up being where it is at the same time. So, as you can see, we just did Southern Island, now we'll do Naval Rock. So, Naval Rock looks a bit different. Dun, dun, dun. Do, 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 do. Anything down here? Nope. Anything down here? No. Okay, so two dead ends. As we continue to head this way, we'll head up. So where is this going to take us is the question. So let's just, yeah, Arnaldo. So Naval Rock leads you to the top here, and here we meet ourselves a Ho-Oh. So we can take on this Ho-Oh. Obviously, we are actually really nicely prepped to take this on. Level 70, so one of the harder legendaries to certainly see there. That is Naval Rock. If we head down, then you meet Lugia, which is also at level 70. So some pretty high level legendaries we're seeing here. Once more we will Rock Slide. Down you go, lovely. Lugia flew away. We don't actually have our surfing Pokemon, so we can't actually see whether there is actually anything beyond that, unfortunately, but there we go. Obviously, if we were going to see a Ho-Oh, we would have to see a Lugia, so that makes sense. And once more, these are all, essentially, these are locations that you would find through events. So, what does that say? Did you hear that? That low growling from deep in there. Are you sure it's safe? Should we leave? Okay, so that is that, and then our third legendary will be at Birth Island. At Birth Island, we have this. And there we go, we trigger the triangle puzzle as it... no, I think it is a puzzle. I'm not exactly sure whether there's like a specific order you're meant to do that in, but... there we go, we encounter ourselves a wild Deoxys. So just enjoying the music, because the music's completely different. Is that going to take me out? No, it doesn't. Nowhere near. I think this is a unique theme. That's pretty cool. So there we go. We catch ourselves, we battle ourselves a Deoxys. We can also find ourselves a Jirachi just here in the corner. I think we've already encountered a Jirachi. Level 50. Down it goes. So we have a Jirachi, we've seen a Deoxys, all of that. One oddly shaped island day. Do you want to return to Lily Cove? So that is that. That is everything that we've done here. All of the legendaries we have battled, except for, well, two rather obvious ones. I mean, what is Gen 3 is known for having specific legendaries. What legendaries are we thinking about? Well, you know, the main two legendaries of Gen 3 would have to be surely Kyogre and Groudon. So where on earth do we encounter them? Well, that's what we're going to do next. But first of all, what we're going to do is we're just going to quickly fly over to Mossdeep, and we're going to visit Stephen Stone's house. The reason for that is that he is going to leave us a Beldum, which obviously becomes a Metagross. So if you talk, it says, it's a letter to random. I decided to do a little soul searching and train on the road. I don't plan to return home for some time. I have a favour to ask of you. I want you to take care of this Pokemon. Anyway, so now we'll fly to Fortree City. And the reason we want to do this is that now we can actually head back to the Weather Institute. And the reason we want to be at the Weather Institute is when you go into the Weather Institute, you can talk to one of the scientists here, and he will give you a little message about the weather. I track the weather patterns over the Hoenn region. Presently, heavy rainfall has been recorded over Route 125. So what that means is that Kyogre is located on Route 125, oddly enough. So now what we need to do is we need to fly that. Route 125 is a water route, I'm assuming? Yes, and that's actually really nice, because it's one of the smaller water routes. So it's north of here, and essentially what we got to do is we got to find Kyogre. Now I believe Kyogre is hidden actually in an underwater. So we're going to deposit in our Arnaldo, and we will withdraw out our Mudkip. As you can see, we have 2 Beldum now. Okay, so we'll head up here to Route 125. You will see that the weather is going to change rather dramatically. It's now going to be rather rainy. We are going to use another Max Repel. So obviously there are lots of and essentially what we've got to do is we've got to find a dive spot on this route where we'll be able to find ourselves our Kyogre. I'm pretty sure it's always a dive spot. I might be wrong. So. There we go, an underwater cave that we haven't actually explored yet, and here we have, as we raise up, we are in the Marine Cave. So Marine Cave is where you encounter Kyogre in these games. We can pop into here. Repel is going to wear off, we're going to head down here, and now, so if you approach the water here, Kyogre will make a rather ominous approach to you, and then you can battle our wild Kyogre here. So, I'm going to Thunder Punch, and that does not do a lot. We get a crit, lovely. And we take you out, lovely. So we defeat ourselves a Kyogre. So, the massive downpour appears to have stopped, as it said there, and now what we're going to do is we're going to fly back to the, fly back here, and the reason we want to do that is because we can now talk to you again, and a drought has been recorded on Route 114, so obviously the drought is a reference to Groudon. So we will now fly to Route 114, which is located just here. Don't think we're going to need you. Yeah, you don't really have anything for this. So Route 114, as you can see, we start having very, very harsh sunlight around this area. And what we want to do here is we want to find a cave, if there is at all a cave. Or maybe we actually need to go up the waterfall. That is a good point. We might well have to go up the waterfall. I wouldn't be surprised if we did have to go up the waterfall. That would be rather frustrating, but there we go. Oh yeah. So let's just take out our waterfall Pokemon. Is that Mudkip as well? Surf, Strength, Rock Smash, Dive. Okay, so you're not our waterfall Pokemon. I think Mantine's our waterfall Pokemon. I might be wrong actually, because obviously Route 114 is relatively large, I think. So anyway, we'll head over here. Try and climb up this waterfall. And indeed we find an item, which is a rare candy, and now we can head into here, and we do find Terror Cave, which is where we will obviously find ourselves Groudon. We head through here, head to the middle. Groudon's going to approach us in a rather menacing manner, and now we are here, ready to take on Groudon, not obviously Primal. Don't know why I psychic there. It misses the Fire Blast, which is actually really good. We paralyze you. Giga Drain is super effective, nearly takes him out. Fire Blast lands and almost takes out my Beautifly, but does not. And so Beautifly can live a Fire Blast from a level 70 Groudon. That's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. So there we go. That is those two legendaries, obviously, and now obviously we have already defeated Rayquaza up at up on Sky Pillar, so we don't need to worry about Rayquaza. So the drought has ceased, which is really nice. So more things that we can do. Well, one of the things we can do is we can actually head into here, I think. No, it's not the move tutor, it is you, the Fossil Maniac. So what the Fossil Maniac's managed to do is he has continued to build his tunnel. Fossils are so wonderful, it's so dreamy. So, oh no, it's not safe that way, I was digging away. You see the whole wall collapsed. I think there's a giant cavern underneath now. But I've left it alone because I don't think there are any fossils there. So anyway. So if we head here, what you can find is essentially a very long desert route, where is one of the only areas where you can actually find Beautifly. Sorry, Ditto. Beautifly. So we can find Wild Ditto down here, which is rather cool. So this is essentially a rather long, extended path that you obviously couldn't access before the end of the game, because our little Ruin Maniac hadn't actually completed the path that he wanted. But yes, you can head through here. I believe, I might be wrong in saying, yeah. I believe in the original games what would actually happen is that the fossil that you didn't choose, so obviously in our case it would be the root fossil for Lileep, would actually fall down with all of this and would be located in this path, and this is actually how you get access to the second fossil Pokemon. But it doesn't look like that the fossils are actually here in this version, unfortunately. We might have already had a chance to get Lileep. I can't remember if we actually were able to get both of the fossils at the top of Mirage Tower. But yes, no, it's also the only place where you can catch Ditto. So that's another interesting thing. So I think that is pretty much almost everything. I mean, we've also got Altering Cave, but Altering Cave only contains some Zubat, and that's on it's on Route 103. So I think we've only got really one more thing to do, and it's going to be actually one of the biggest challenges that this group of Pokemon has faced. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take on Steven Stone once more. So, which is... I'm going to get rid of you. And you. I'm going to withdraw out you two. So Steven Stone essentially is has obviously started training up once more after we defeated him, and he is located in Meteor Falls. And he is he's a pretty major challenge in the normal games. He would be at, I believe, level 70s. So he would have very high levels. Last time. Now, obviously, here we've already battled level 70s, and our Pokemon are level 70, so having Steven Stone at level 70 would not be too much of a problem for us. Rather, I reckon he's going to probably have a team of level 100s. Not going to lie. I think that will be it, because I'm pretty sure there is not a whatchamacallit, there's not a Elite Four rematch in Emerald. I don't think there is, at least. So one of the other things we missed was down here. Obviously, we've encountered many static Pokemon encounters, the various starters, all this sort of stuff. The final one of this group is the Mudkip. Mudkip you can find just here, and we can take him out with a Meteor Mash. There we go, lovely. So now, Steven Stone. So, what we need to do is we need to go over here, we need to surf, and now we need to climb up this waterfall. And heading to the back of this is also, we find the Articuno. I think we've already found Moltres and Zapdos, so I might be incorrect to say no. Meteor Mash will land. It is super effective because obviously Ice is weak to Steel. And we enter Meteor Falls once again. So we've got a couple of paths to take, and we've actually got some trainers, it seems, to battle as well. I'm pretty sure he is around here in Meteor Falls. So, we've got old couple John and Jay with a Dragonite and a Salamence, if you just really wanted to show off. So, we're going to set up a light screen, and we're going to Swords Dance. Outrage comes in to the... we're now going to swap out to our Lady Anne, and you're going to... Let's Meteor Mash the Salamence. So Salamence is going to become, due to fatigue, we're going to Ice Beam the Dragonite and Meteor Mash the Salamence. Meteor Mash lands, takes out the Salamence in one hit at +1. Ice Beam comes in and does a huge chunk to the Dragonite. We will Ice Beam once more, and we will Meteor Mash the that's Silver Wind, the Lunatone. Full restore on the Dragonite. Silver Wind comes through, takes out the Lunatone. We even get the boost for Sizzle, which is wonderful. Out comes Solrock. Ice Beam takes out the Dragonite as we get a crit. And now we can very simply Silver Wind away the Solrock. As we get the boost once more. We don't want to get the boosts now, we need to save those boosts for later on. So we get old couple John and Jay in our Pokenav. We also have Dragon Tamer Nicholas, who has an Altaria and a Flygon. Let's go out to Armaldo. Dustox is going to faint, unfortunately, but there we go. Blizzard comes in and is super effective. So we want to Ice Beam the Altari. We want to Ice Beam the Flygon, and we want to Rock Slide. Frozen! Altare goes for Dragon Dance. As you're going to full restore to obviously remove that. Down it goes. And Rock Slide does not do much to you, obviously. We will... Down you go, another crit. Wonderful. So there we go, we defeat the Dragon Tamer Nicholas. Those are some tough battles. Good signs, actually, to see how difficult this is going to be. So, Max Potion. Hyper Potion. Max Revive. Okay, so we'll now pop down here. Pretty sure the left route is just the way we came. We can head over here. I wonder what the down route is, actually. So that was one we didn't go down. So Repel wears off. We see Wild Soul Rock. Don't really care about. Where does this go? To a item, a PP up. Okay. This is obviously an area we haven't explored before. I think. Pretty sure I have done it in a previous Let's Play, but there we go. Is this where we find Vagon? Is the question. Or is this where we find... Yeah. So this is the small room where you'd normally only be able to... Well, where you'd actually be able to run into Wild Vagon. And we find TMO2, which is Dragon Claw. Interesting. Do we want to actually use that? Base 80, accuracy 100. None of our Pokemon can learn it, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, just, you know, an example as to what we can see around here. Now also we want to take the other route that we haven't quite taken yet, which is over here. Come on, we don't want to bang you. You're not worth the experience. Head over here, we find ourselves TM23, which is Iron Tail, and now we'll head through here. And I'm pretty sure we're going to encounter Mr. Stone himself. Yep, there he is, Stephen Stone. So we're just going to have a quick save state in case I want to do this battle again. And now we are here ready to take on Stephen Stone in the climactic battle of this Let's Play. We're going to... Unfortunately, we can't obviously have a full team because we need a waterfall user. Kind of sucks, but there we go. Stephen. Oh wow, Random. I'm amazed you knew where to find me. Do you, maybe think of me as just a rock maniac? No, that can't be right. We battled alongside each other at the Sutopolis Space Center. You should have a very good idea about how good I am. Okay, Random. If you're going to mount a serious challenge, expect the worst. Of course, we haven't actually... I just remembered we haven't actually faced Stephen as champion, because obviously Wallace is the champion in this gen, not Stephen. So in Emerald. So he's going to start off with an Aggron at level 100. So, Aggron is obviously Steel Rock. So, what we're going to do is we're going to Sword Stance. Don't have like, as you're going to Iron Defense. Interesting. Let's Baton Pass out to our Heracross. You're going to Rock Slide me, which it does do a decent amount, but Earthquake is quadruply effective. It does not do an awful lot. I thought it would do more. I'm not going to lie. So Rock Slide is obviously what he's using. We need to be very aware of that as we'll go out into our Scizor. Scizor will most likely be our primary. As that does way too much. This is when I do wish that I had put something defensive on Scizor, not just have all offensive moves. So I think Meteor Mash does not take you out, because Steel resists Steel. As we get the speed boost, because you're going to full restore, okay, that's fine. So let's Max Potion up. You're going to EQ, okay, that's even better for me. Sword Stance, Rock Slide. So, Rock Slide once more. Come on. Iron defense. Okay, so you're +4 defense. I'm +4 attack. I'm now +6 attack. We live on 1. That does not look like it would actually take you out. How much health? This is one very bulky Pokemon. I mean, I always knew Aggron. Aggron obviously has one of the highest defense stats in the game. And we still can't take you out. But now we can. Okay, good. So, Scizor grows to level 79, and you're going to send in an Aerodactyl. We're not going to change Pokemon. We are going to max Potion. We're going to see what you're going to do. Ancient Power. We have no more PP, which kind of sucks. So I could obviously Baton Pass +6/+6, but the issue is that all of our Pokemon are weak to Rock. So having these Rock types is a bit of an issue. Let's max Elixir, Ancient Power. As long as he doesn't get the boost, we should be okay. Because we are +6/+6, which does mean that you have a Focus Band, which is rather interesting. So Silver Wind takes you out. Wonderful. You're going to send out a Cradilly now, so we will max Potion up, and we'll see what you're going to do. Ancient Power once more. We can Silver Wind for super effective damage. Next, you're going to bring out our Armaldo, so we can Meteor Mash you for super effective damage. And now we see the Metagross, the big challenge. We can Silver Wind. It is +6, as it does not actually take you out. That is rather impressive, just goes to show just how bulky Metagross is. And now finally we see a Skarmory. Now obviously the issue with Skarmory is that we're not actually super effective on you, but what we are going to do is we're going to Baton Pass out to our Armaldo. As he sets up spikes at a very late stage. Late game spikes seems to be Steven's strategy. But we obviously are +6. As you do get the defense rise from the Steel Wing, but there we go. Armaldo uses Rock Slide. Skarmory goes down with the help primarily of our far overpowered, let's just be very clear that Speed Boost Scizor is broken, it seems. And there we go. We defeat Steven. His level 100s were no match for our level 75s. Come to think of it, ever since our paths first crossed in Granite Cape in Dewford, I had this feeling. I thought that you would eventually become the champion. My predictions usually come true. And where will you go from here? Even I couldn't tell you that. So there we go. We have completed everything. The biggest challenge that this game has to offer us in Stevenstone. We are now ready to leave and be very happy. So, that's going to be it for this Let's Play. This is now finished. I am calling this one to an end. I hope you have enjoyed the series as a whole, obviously. You know, this is an old series. Yeah, we haven't had it much. But as I've said, I also said the vast majority of what I wanted to say at the end of the Elite Four and stuff like that. But I just wanted to reiterate that this has been a very fun team to work with. I've really enjoyed using these Pokemon. And, yeah, I'm looking forward to the next, whatever's next on this channel. I've obviously got my normal Monotype going on. I've still got Flora Sky, that is still ongoing, the post-game, that sort of stuff. So there's lots more things to look forward to on my channel. I hope you have enjoyed the series, and I hope you will join me on the next.